Hello and welcome at the Copilot news from July. My name is Bert and I'm going to show you some new features. The first one we're going to start with is the scheduled prompting. As from now, there is an option only in the work environment, so not in the web environment, but in the work environment, there is an option to schedule prompts. Find the button, if you click on the three dots and you go to schedule prompts. There you can see which prompts are already scheduled. How can you schedule a prompt? For example, I've got a prompt, make me a summary of the latest Gartner or Forrester reports on AI. For my job, it's necessary that I know everything about AI, so I want this summarization on a monthly basis. When I hover over the prompt, I've got a little clock on the prompt. You can use this one to schedule the prompt. If you click on it, it will ask, when do you want to repeat your prompt? I will choose to do it on a monthly basis and I want to run it 12 times, 1 year long, and afterwards I can reproduce it. I click on save. I'm not gonna do it now because it's already saved for me. When you come to a month later and the prompt comes, you can see in my conversation there are two conversations with a green circle with a white check mark on it. These are the prompts that have been generated due to the scheduled prompting. If I click on it, the green circle will go away and I can see the latest on Gartner or Forrester. Another new feature, and for me one of the most interesting features, because Copilot previously lacks the possibility to have a memory, and for now there is this option. You can click again on the three dots. In this case, it doesn't matter if you are in the work version or in the web version, and you click on settings. If you go to the settings, you can see that there's a button added, personalization. In the personalization, you can do two things. You can give some instructions to Copilot. I want you to always respond in this format. As for me, you see I don't got instructions put in there. Why? Because my job is very diverse, so I can't really focus on one thing. But if, for example, you are a financial analyst, you can make sure to always ask for a deep analysis when you input an Excel file, for example. When you've got a prompt that you don't want to use the custom instructions for, you can always go to the settings and click on custom instruction to toggle it on or off. The second option that you have is the Copilot memory, and that's a real game changer for Copilot because it will now think about things from the past, things that you feed to Copilot. So, for example, I've made a training session about possibilities for Microsoft 365, and it's based on a PowerPoint. Copilot has acknowledgement of this prompt and has saved it because I've asked him to always keep in mind that I made this session. So it's very useful. But what does the memory know about you? I've asked Copilot because that's the way to go. How does Copilot memory work? It remembers useful facts, it uses that memory, but it keeps you in control. You can view everything he has in his memory and you can update it or delete it. You can also ask, if you are in a conversation with Copilot, you can tell him to forget a part or to really keep that in mind, so you can really adapt it to what you want. as you know, Copilot also exists in Excel and got some very useful functions. For example, I'm not a real Excel wizard and some of my colleagues are really advanced in it and they use formulas that I don't know. I receive an Excel from them, an Excel file, and I want to know why does this cell give that answer. For example, I see the function above, if function with a XOR function involved in it and I don't know how it works. I can use the Copilot logo that will appear when I'm on a cell, on every cell in Excel, but if there is a function integrated, I can ask him to explain this formula. If I click on explain this formula, Copilot will appear on the right side of your screen and it will give you an explanation on what the formula means and how it comes to its result. This is a possibility to know more about Excel. For the use case of this month, I'm going to Loop. In Loop, we can make notes and we can also do some kind of project plan. For example, I've got a new project and it's a project we never done before at the office. So there are no standardized templates to do this project, or we don't got templates at all for projects. It's everyone for itself. Then I can use Loop to generate a template for me, give me a start on how to start with a project. For example, I can ask him, I'm starting a project about the communication strategies at our office. Give me a full template for this project and integrate a place to import a Microsoft Planner list, a Microsoft plan from Planner. Now, Copilot will help me generate a good template. Note, again, it's Copilot, so it will be no finished product. It will be a base where you can start on and you can integrate things that you like, but it will help me to get out of that blank page syndrome and give me a start, a heads up on how I can start. It gives me a project overview, it gives me some objectives, the stakeholders for this project and what are their responsibilities, different things, communication challenges, proposed strategies, success metrics, and how I can integrate my Microsoft Planner into this loop. What can I do now with Copilot? It's a nice template, but there are some things that I really want to change. I can do it manually, no problem. But for example, it's provide me the answer to conduct quarterly feedback sessions to assess communication effectiveness. I can click on it and I can click on the Copilot logo again, and I can ask Copilot, give me an outline for this feedback session or feedback sessions. In this case, Copilot will rewrite that part of the process and will give me indeed an outline for this feedback session, so I can improve parts of my template and I can really extend it on how I want it to be at the end. This way of using Copilot can really help you to get much faster to a beginning scenario, to a scenario where you can adapt things to your liking. I hope you enjoyed this Copilot news. See you next month.